Hey and everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Word According to Me. It's your boy, A Triplet 20, and I'm here to talk about the year in review 2013, personal and overall reflections. So I'm gonna go through the list, through nearly every month, and just reflect on some of the things that happened in that month, personally with me, or like overall in the world. Uh, so let's start in January. Um, Not really big things happened in January. Um, I think two things that come to mind for me is one, being a huge Bears fan, Lovie Smith was fired. And, I'm not one of these guys who like to see people lose their job, except him. He deserved to be fired. He was an idiot as a coach. He was the Black George W. Bush. That's what I always called him. That Southern stupid drawl. He was just fretted my shits. I'm so glad to see him gone. And so right now, I'm kind of happy with the coach we got right now. I think the offense has definitely become better. Um, on a very personal note, January was kind of a iffy month for me. I turned 31 January 11th, and I guess you could say I because of that I get into a little bit of a depression. I wasn't where I was wanted to be at personally or professionally, and realistically, I'm still not that. But at least I'm doing something right now to, counteract that, and I'll get into that later. But I was really getting into a depression, and so I decided to try to do something about it. Which leads me into February, and in February, I went ahead and I started my schooling at the Illinois Institute of Art here in Chicago, and I've been a lot better. Really haven't been depressed at all since I started at school. It got me out of the house because at that time I was really it was a whole bunch of things. It was not only was I at where I didn't want to be personally and professionally, but I was living with my uncle and he was drinking all a lot and he was just being drunk every night and he was being crazy and started letting back crackheads in the house and everything. So, I really was in a bad place. But starting at school in February really just changed my life so far. What was one of the things that happened this year that kind of changed my life, and I'm so proud of that. On an overall note, February was a Super Bowl. Um, I'm not a Ray Lewis fan, if you guys, there's not a lot of you, but if you've seen my past video about my feelings on Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis, I'm not the biggest Ray Lewis fan, so I was pissed that the Ravens were in the Super Bowl and he had a chance to go out with another Super Bowl because it was going to be all about Ray Lewis, and it was all a lot about Ray Lewis, but there's also a lot about Joe Flacco. He played a virtually perfect postseason, and he deserved the Super Bowl MVP without a shadow of a doubt. So, and really, they didn't, and to be honest with you, they didn't make all that big of a fuss after that, Super Bowl victory with Ray Lewis. So, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but boy, it was, still, I didn't want to see it happen. Would have liked to see San Francisco get it, but whatever. In March, a couple things. Like I said, I was still going to school, and I think I had a job interview. The weekend of St. Patrick's Day weekend. I guess I should say. I could just call it that, St. Patrick's weekend. And one of the things I realized is that there's some of the things that I missed out on, and I missed out on a lot of things in my life, and I think that's one of the things I really missed out on. Just being with friends on a day like that. Just being together, whether I'm drinking or not. You know, just seen a lot of just having a lot of fun, and that's never happened to me. So, I was kind of down about that day, and but it was okay for the most part. Um, Also in March, I mentioned my uncle. Like I said, I was living with my uncle back then, and my uncle had an accident, and he fell over, hit his head on a desk, and he was taken to the hospital. And basically, for the next 6 months, he was in a nursing home, and he's okay now. He's out. Well, I think he's back in a nursing home, but now maybe he's in like a old folks nursing home, that type of deal. So now it's by his choice. It's not because he failed or anything. So, but yeah, he's using there for a long time. Um, so that's March. April. Um, I got a rebate from my school because at going to school I had to get financial aid, and I had a little bit more financial aid than I needed. So I was able to get a rebate check back, and with that rebate check, I started my bank account, my first bank account, and I was able to get the laptop that I'm doing this video on right now. And that was the second thing that changed my life, because having this laptop, being able to do some of the things that I wanted to do, especially going to this school, you needed some of these applications, to learn and do with. And I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to have this, and still is, even though I don't have the apps anymore because I went through a refreshing process. But this laptop, has for me, has been a godsend, and I appreciate it, and I am so happy that I have this, and I truly hope that I can, keep this going and everything like that, and maybe at some point down the line, maybe I'll get it like I'll have a desktop computer as well, so and then I can put those applications on that one and have that for, any work I need to have done. Also in April, it's probably the biggest tragedy of the year. The Boston Marathon and what happened on April 15th, on Patriots Day. Looked to be terrorist activities and everything, and it's such a shame. And I don't think we'll ever forget those that lost lives and lost body parts in that marathon. And I have a feeling that in this upcoming April Boston Marathon is going to be a very emotional day for a lot of folks, not only in Boston or in Massachusetts, but all over the world. And it's something that's going to be, I think, very uplifting and very inspirational, and it's something that I am, to be honest with you, very looking forward to seeing what happens that day. So that's going to be a very special day, I think. I don't know a lot about what happened in May. I guess maybe the only thing I could bring about up in May is Nate Robinson and his triple overtime game that he had against the Brooklyn Nets here in Chicago, with the Bulls in the playoffs. That was probably the highlight of the month of May, for me at least. So I think that is that. Going into June, keeping up with the sports thing, the Miami Heat won their second straight NBA Finals in amazing fashion, having that comeback in Game 6, and then the way they won it in Game 7. Truly epic for them. I think you can't talk bad about LeBron anymore. He is the best in this game. He is probably one of the top 5 players of all time. I don't think he'll never be better than Jordan, but you can say he's gonna climb up to Bruce, and I wouldn't be surprised if at the end we're calling him the second greatest player of all time. There's no thought about that in my mind. Here in Chicago, the Blackhawks won their second Stanley Cup in 4 years. I'm not a Blackhawks fan. I don't care. But once again, seeing the camaraderie, or however you say that word, with Blackhawks fans dancing and celebrating in the streets, the Blackhawks have won the second championship. Realized that I haven't experienced that in a while. I was too young to experience it with the Bulls. I was a teenager, so I couldn't go out and dance in the streets or anything like that, or something like that. And wasn't a White Sox fan, so 2005, and of course I'm not a Blackhawks fan. Cubs don't look like they'll ever do it, so I'm not sure. It'd be up to the Bulls or the Bears, and Bulls are still. The Bears are closest. Bears are closest. If they can rebuild the defense, I think, and get rid of the quarterback, Bears are the closest thing to probably that happening. And the Bears will galvanize the whole city, so that'll be something to look forward to, hopefully. Going into July, going back a couple months, when my uncle fell back in March, and there was a good chance that he might not ever come back out of the the nursing home. So I think we decided with my mom that I would start looking for an apartment, and I was trying to get loans and everything like that. And I was asking her to see if she can get loans, and I think we came up with the conclusion that instead of her taking out a loan for $10,000, since she had that already in the bank, she would just give me the $10,000 or $12,000. She would give me $1,000 every month until I would finish school next December. And I again, another thing, my mother, she's been the truly, you're talking about godsend, the truly godsend, and I figuratively and literally would not be here without her. And I don't know how I'm ever gonna pay her back. I don't know how I can ever thank her. But I try to let her know as much as I can how much I appreciate what she does for me. And it's something that I well, I don't want to start crying on here, so I'll just say that I she means the world to me. So back in July, I started looking for an apartment, and it's something I had to do by myself. And it's one of these things where, I just kind of feel uncomfortable doing it, and and some of the people weren't all that nice. This is my first time doing it, so I'm not sure what to ask. So I'm not sure what to, talk about, and I think some of them were getting upset with me because I was kind of, maybe asking some of the same questions over again or something like that. So I'm not sure, but in August, I found one. Now I needed to get a co-signer with my mother, but I found one at the place I am now living at, and the place I am now doing this video from, and I found one that I really like, and I moved in September, and I've been here ever since, and it's just been just, I guess you would say, maybe the fourth biggest thing that happened this year to me. And again, something I'm very thankful for, something I'm very appreciative of, and something that I like doing. And so, this time I've still been going to school, and I've been doing very well in school, and so I'm glad about that as well. October and November was just very awesome things. I as a sports fan, being a Bears fan, it was exciting to see Josh McCown do what he did and show you how a quarterback should play. But there's a lot of people in this town who they love this Jay Cutler, and it is amazing. And I understand why. We haven't had a quarterback since Sid Luckman. Jim McMahon in Sparks. Eric Kramer had a couple of years. Jim Miller, he was decent. Same thing with Carl Orton. But so, you get this guy with this huge arm, and he's the most talented quarterback we've ever had. And in all due respect, he probably is the best quarterback the Bears have had. But it's like, with all due respect, it's like being him being the best quarterback is being the tallest short person. I mean, what does it mean? So, and I saw, and a lot of people have changed. They saw how Josh played in Cutler's injury, and they realized that Jay isn't the guy, but there's still a lot of people out there who feel that he is, and he deserves like $16 and $18 million a year, and my biggest fear is that that will happen. Now, I was surprised early in the year when, after a 10-6 record, the Bears fired Lovie Smith. So I'm hoping that after after an injury-prone year where the backup quarterback played better than he did, I'm hoping that even though Mark Trestman and Phil Emery, the Bears GM, they have kind of made comments about Jay Cutler being a franchise quarterback. I'm hoping that's just lip service, and that they will let him go, or franchise tag him or trade him, or I can deal with him just being franchised, But overall, really, I want him gone. So I'm hoping that's the biggest thing that happened. This last month of December was a whirlwind. So I'm on my break, and my mother was nice enough to buy me some stuff that I need, personally and for school. I'm gonna need a camera for this next quarter class, and so she brought me that. And for a while, it looked like that, there was some crazy stuff going on, and my the package she had sent to me hadn't come, and it was supposed to come one day, and it hadn't come, and it kind of looked like it was stolen. It kind of looked like that they knew they had stolen it, and it was being jerked around. But thank goodness it wasn't stolen. It came on Christmas Eve, actually, and so I got all my stuff and get this really cool sports thing, not sports thing, but I got this really cool hoodie that I like wearing now, and this is totally awesome. That's probably the coolest thing I got from her. So once again, she truly hit me off, and then also I got a student stipend, which was really cool. I got about $950, basically, and so with that, I'm gonna get a PS4. I've hadn't had a game system in a long time, and I feel like I've been missing out on that too, But so I already got one game. I got NBA 2K 14, and yeah, 14. I better check that to make sure it's 14. I might have to, if I got 13. Oh my god! But I didn't make 13 for PS4. So what am I talking about? But anyway, I'm just but you can't find PS4s anywhere. So hopefully I'll get one within the next week or two before I have to go back to school, so I have some time to play it. So I got that, and then I'm gonna save some money left over for anything else I might need. That's gonna be good. And then because I moved in and I used Rent.com to find my apartment, they sent me $100 gift card, and I was able to get some new shoes that I really needed bad as well. Although the shoes are kind of big and they're running up against my heel, but I think I can kind of fix that. Put some stuff in my socks, put some stuff in the shoe to make that balance out. But the first time in ever that I think I get a primarily white shoe. You got some black patent leather, but basically the shoe is white, and I usually don't get white shoes. I usually get black shoes, and that's or with a little bit of white. So, although I think there was one time, the only time I got a pair of Jordans, and the only time I've had a pair of Jordans, I think those were white. The only time I had some Jordans were white. They were like white and black. Not sure which ones they were, but back in the day. So, well, now basically with this, I'm doing this on December 28th. I gonna upload this either December 31st or after the New Year. So it's after the New Year. Happy New Year. If it's even December 31st, have a Happy New Year. Especially if it's December 31st, drink responsibly. Don't go out there drinking and driving. Y'all folks here in Chicago who are watching this, the CTA get on for a penny. Take advantage of that. Whether it's the bus or the train, from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. New Year's Eve. Penny. Everybody has pennies. Don't drink and drive. Wherever you gotta go, this is the biggest city, in Illinois. Use the penny. Don't drink and drive. And, drink responsibly. And all y'all people out there who don't drink, No, if you have to be that bad friend, be that bad friend. Take their keys away. Come on, you know the deal. So that's pretty much it for the year in review of 2013. Trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. I don't think so. I probably have. I know there's a lot of things like Ed Snowden, and Miley Cyrus and her twerking and everything. And I'm kind of pissed off about that because if she's ruined twerking, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, she's gonna be on my shit list. Because if it's for her reason that girls do not twerk anymore, it's because of Miley Cyrus made it, bad to twerk. Yeah, she's on my shit list, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of other things obviously as well. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of do this as a year in review. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I think the last video I uploaded was either that Brian Urlacher or Ray Lewis video I was talking about, or it was me screwing up some 98 Degrees song that I uploaded just to try to do this. And I don't have a lot of time to do this anymore because I am going to school. But I think one of the things I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do more writing because I'm going to have a lot of time to do that with my schedule. So I'm going to try to do more writing on my blog. So that's atriplet20.blogspot.com. If you go there, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/atriplet20. And I'm on Facebook. You don't have to friend me on Facebook unless you play Marvel's The Avengers or Uno or I guess anything else. Those are the only two really I think. I play other games, but the only two really that you need friends help with. So you want to play with friends or something like that. So it's I'm Andre Triplet on Facebook. So that's pretty much it for now. Again, want to wish everybody out there a happy New Year. Be safe. Drink responsibly. Those in Chicago, use the CTA from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. 1 penny. You can do that. And that's my time. So until next time, folks. Peace.